Welcome back, everybody. If you're a fan of the Great British Bake Off, then you must know our next guest, who made it to just shy of the season 5 finale and since then has released 5 cookbooks, including her latest with flavorful Indian dishes that can be made in under half an hour.
Please welcome the author of Chetna's 30-Minute Indian, Chetna Makan. Hi, Chetna.
Hi, Chetna.
Hi.
It's great to meet you. We're so happy to have you on our show. And I'm especially excited to talk to you because one of your goals really with sharing recipes and Indian food is to dispel the notion that Indian food is like a long cooking process. But you're here to tell me that that's not true. And in fact, in your book, you actually time recipes down to the minute. So what are your strategies for getting things going quickly, but not compromising on taste?
Yes, Indian food does take time. What I'm trying to say in this book is that not all Indian food is like that. So there are
Okay.
recipes that take forever and might take days to marinate and cook and ferment. But our everyday food that we eat for everyday food is quite quick and simple. And at the same time, we are not losing any flavor because of cooking it
Mm-hmm.
fast.
Well, let's get to this delicious food. It looks incredible, and we're actually going to start with a lesson in how to make naan from scratch, which I've never done. So I'm sure I can speak for Lainey. We're both very excited about this. And you're going to show us how to make your cheese and chili naan. Let's start with the dough.
Right, so I have got here plain flour here, and I'm going to add a little bit of just a little bit of sugar to this, also a little bit of salt, and just a tiny bit of baking powder to help it rise. And to this, just a quick mix. And to this, I'm going to add some natural yogurt. And then I've got some water in here. And I always say with flatbreads of any kind, it's best
Mm-hmm.
not to add all of it together. So always add little at a time and then bring it together because sometimes you don't need so much. The flour absorption is different. The best part is you don't need to knead it a lot. So you just need to bring it together, and that's kind of it. Unlike bread, where you really have to give that elbow grease, and or you have to have a stand
Yeah,
mixer.
that was so fast.
I've just taken a little bit of oil, and I'm just rubbing it on the dough, and that is it. So I will let it rest and let the baking powder and yogurt do its thing.
All right, Chetna, the dough is resting. You've covered it there. So while we wait for it, let's talk about some of the prepared dishes that you have in front of you because they look really appetizing. We'll start with the tamarind aubergine curry. Some people might not be familiar with tamarind, so can you tell us what exactly it is and what do you use it for?
So tamarind is this extremely gorgeous fruit, and it's sour with a very, very light hint of sweetness. And that's what is used in this particular dish. And we use it quite a lot in Indian cooking. We make lovely chutneys with it. We add it to lots of curries, add it to rice.
Will you take us through how to actually make the tamarind aubergine curry?
It's another really, really simple recipe. All I've done is chopped up the aubergine into kind of little finger-sized pieces, put a little bit of salt, and what that does is release the moisture from the aubergine. And then you tap dry the aubergine and just shallow fry it for a couple of minutes on really high heat. And that'll give the aubergine a sweetness and also a lovely color. And on the other side, in a pan, I just fried some lots and lots of onions. I say some, but lots and lots of onions until golden. And that happens while the aubergine is resting. So you can prepare this in under 30 minutes, quite easily, even if you are not a very confident cook. I've just thrown in some fennel seeds, roasted fennel seeds,
Oh,
and we've
yeah.
got this lovely aniseedy flavor, which goes really well with tamarind. And then the fried aubergine goes in, cook it with some water for 10 minutes. And then what it does, it becomes like a nice sauce, which is covering, kind of coating the aubergine. And then we add the tamarind and a tiniest bit of sugar to balance the sour notes of the tamarind. So, and that's it.
Looks so good.
Okay, Chetna, we have more food to talk about because there's another dish that you have prepared to show us. That is the coconut paneer tikka. And paneer is a really versatile ingredient. I don't cook much with it. So what are like some of the ways that you like to use it most?
It is an Indian cheese. It doesn't have any flavor of its own. So it is very, very kind of bland or plain. You can make curries, you can make sandwiches, you can fill it in naan or chapatis, or you can chop it up, throw it in rice. So absolutely anything can be made, or put it on some barbecue right now in this weather. And in this recipe, actually, I've marinated in yogurt and some tandoori masala. And that just is lovely because once I fry that in oil, it just soaks up all the flavors of that spice mix into the paneer. And then I've cooked some onions in here. I do seem to be loving onions right now.
They're so good.
The onion and garlic together is like, yeah, anyway.
So true. Yeah, so just cook the onions until they're golden, and I've cooked them in black mustard seeds, some curry leaves, some dried red chilies, and then it is I just add some freshly grated coconuts, and then I've fried the paneer in the tandoori mix, and then I add it to the onions. Just give it a really good mix. A couple of spices like chili powder, turmeric, and that's it. That's your paneer tikka, coconut tikka ready.
I love Indian food, but I rarely make it at home. And you're inspiring me, and I'm having a feeling that this dough has had a good chance to rest. So are we ready to make the dough into chili cheese naan?
For the filling, I've got here some cheddar cheese and some mozzarella. Two of the cheeses we love as a family. So all I'm going to do is grate it in a bowl. Not very fine, just roughly grate is good. You can mix it with other cheeses, but I sometimes add in some paneer in this as well. So I'm just adding a nice green chili. The amount of heat that you can tolerate, just use accordingly. And also for me, coriander is a must. Is just the best herb in my opinion.
Yes.
So much.
Yes, I agree.
So that's it. That's the mixture ready for the filling. And I have got the dough here, which has been resting for a few minutes, and I just divide it into 4.
Okay.
And all I'm going to do is put a little bit of flour so that it doesn't stick, and roll it out like a 3-4 inches big. And then I'm going to put 1/4 filling in the middle here.
Sorry.
I know.
That looks amazing. And then that's just
great.
gonna,
And then you make it a little pocket.
Yep, and then you
it's
make
like
a little
bun.
pocket.
Oh my gosh. Flatten it.
Yep, flatten it and a bit more flour and just roll it. Just because if you roll it, it will kind of come together, the cheese and the dough, and also it will cook evenly.
I'm already picturing when you pull it apart later how amazing it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm just going to put a little bit of flour so it doesn't stick. And then it goes in the oven under the grill.
Oh my gosh.
So I've put the naan under the grill for a minute and a half. I'll keep a close eye. And then once it's done, flip it over and cook on the other side for a minute as well.
Lainey, don't you feel like just watching that, we could make this? Like, I want to make it immediately.
I'm going to do this. I'm definitely going to do this.
Me too.
I'm sure you must have the ingredients for this at home.
I think I do, actually.
It's ready, Jess. Are you ready? Are you ready for the reveal?
Oh,
that's...
Oh, yes. Yes, you did.
Yes,
you did it.
That is art. That is its own art, Chetna. Thank you for showing it to us. We really appreciate it. It's been so nice meeting you. And to our viewers, if you'd like more on these recipes, head to our social media channels after the show.
And don't forget, Chetna's 30-minute Indian is available right now. We'll be right back.